Welcome to episode 88 of the Brunch Ladies of Conshy Consignment as we serve up the week. So, I have some fun things today to talk about, show you. And yeah, it's been a great week. We are still prepping for our Conshy Connects event, which will be um, end of February, beginning of March. I'm linking everything up in the show notes for that event. We will be holding a live sale, and everything will be going to Fearless Legacy Living, the Fearless Legacy, no, the Fearless Living Fund with Diane Lassans. That is her legacy account. And it all goes toward the Blind Center of Nevada. So you're going to be hearing a lot, seeing a lot coming from us. If you haven't joined that event on Facebook, we'll be posting all the events there and all the ways you can participate. So yes, fun. So we are in the background here prepping for all of that and really excited about it. Also getting to know a lot of you a little bit better. This week, I posted a question. I was kind of curious as I was making my bed one morning, because yes, I do that every single morning. I make my bed. I am one of those people. So I was curious about how many pillows you all have on your bed. And the high number was 13. We had a couple people with 13 pillows. Now, I have to say, if I had 13 pillows, I don't think I'd be making my bed every day. But a lot of chatter about how good it is to make your bed every day and start with that organization. So that was very, very enlightening, very interesting. And we had a lot of fun with that. I also was looking at a lot of the pillows we have in inventory. We have some really fun throw pillows in inventory. We have some new pillows. So if your kids are going off to college and you're thinking about prepping for that, check with us. Start here. You never know what you're going to find. Yeah. Sometimes I don't know what's going to come in, which makes it fun for you, for me, for everybody. And I wanted to talk for a second about our What Sold Wednesday question. There was a Philadelphia item that is staying in the Philadelphia area, and it is an iconic print, but I didn't really know the history behind it. It's Philadelphia. You can see it on our social media. It has Philadelphia on it. Let's see, I think I have lipstick on my teeth. There we go. It has Philadelphia on it, and it is done by Frank Nofer. He was a Philadelphia area artist, but he branched out into different things, and it was done for the bicentennial. So I found that it was a 1976 print. It is staying in Philadelphia. Somebody from Mainline Antiques bought it and picked it up. So that's kind of cool. If you haven't seen the print, definitely check out social media, see what it's all about. There is not a whole lot of history on Frank other than he studied at the University of Pennsylvania. I think he passed away in 2001 at the age of 71, something around there. Not exact facts, but definitely interesting. And he was a watercolor artist, and he did this iconic 1976 print for the bicentennial. So very, very interesting. I expected to find a little more information on him, but that's all that was really out there without a super deep dive. The other thing I wanted to show you all what it looks like to be a consigner with us at Conshy Consignment. So a lot of people have do their consignments and like to see what they have consigned real time. So I'm going to show you what that looks like, how to do it if you're a consigner and you've never logged on to see your account. If you are a consigner and you just let us handle everything, that's cool too. You don't ever have to log on to your account. But a lot of people like to do that and see what they have in inventory. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you guys a little bit about what that looks like. So if you navigate to the conshyconsignment.com website, I'm going to show you right now, and there's a button, there's a tab called Contact and Consign. So there you go, Contact and Consign. That is there, and you can click on the consigner access, and it takes us right to the portal for your information with Conshy Consignment. So I'm going to show you my account because yes, I consign too. Absolutely, I do. And all of my family members do as well. Yes, my kids have extra stuff hanging around, they can sign it. But I'm going to show you my account as an example. So I just have to do one thing here. And let's see. It wasn't straightforward for me to show you guys. Okay, so you click on that consigner access button through Conshy Consignment, and you just log in with your registered email address. So there you have it. All right, so there is when you log in, you just type in your email address that you have registered with us. If you don't have an email address registered with us, you can just text that to us or email us or let us know what account you want to be able to log into. So this is my personal account. And you do not need a password to log in. When you enter your email address, it will automatically send you an email, give you a code, and you can log in that way. So if you haven't received a password, that's why you generate your own. All right, so here we go. That is about me. About me. That's why I changed my password. All right, and then it has all of the information about your account and real-time sales. I mean, how fun is that? So you can see some of the stuff that I have consigned here. It tells you your balance, which you can have paid out at any time. You just let us know how you want that paid out, how many active items you have, what I've earned so far this year. So here are my active items. You can see I have some varied items here that are available for sale. You can see some of them sold, where they sold, and then the history. So this is telling you what you've earned on your consignment account. So for instance, here I had a vintage framed cityscape, St. Paul's Cathedral, and I earned $6.58 from that. A vintage oil painting, and those are my earnings for those items. And you can see the history. You can see me spending credit. When you purchase something through us, you do get an additional 10% bonus on your earnings when you shop through us before you cash out. So you can leave that store credit on there. You can cash it out. You just let us know what you want to do. But if you do spend it at Conshy, you get an extra 10% bonus. All right, so that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. And of course, you can see your items on our website. Let me get back here. You can see the items. If you want to see how we have them photographed, you can absolutely go to our website and you can see your items. But that's how you look at what your real-time sales are, anything like that. And it's just a really cool feature, really fun. We put a lot of time and energy into photographing, measuring, inspecting your consignment items so that you don't have to. Um, and I think it's really neat to see the items that are for sale on our website, especially when they're one of yours. I know you all like when we use your items in live sales. That's really fun to see your items there. It's also sometimes fun. Sometimes we get updates from customers around the world saying where your item went, what what they did with it, why they were happy to have that. So we try to share that as much as we possibly can on social media, like on Facebook and Instagram, so that you know where those items go. And if there's a cool story behind it, it's kind of neat to be able to tell somebody like where your item went. Yeah. So that's about it for consignor access. It's pretty simple, and we keep you as updated real time as we possibly can. And you're welcome to go on and ask us any questions. We do prefer to do customer service via text because we are a small business, and it can be a little overwhelming with phone calls and stuff. So our phone number is on the website. You can check that out. You can email us anytime. And yeah, So I just wanted to share that cool feature with you. I know a lot of you are already using it, but yep. All right. Oh, Sherry has a question here. Hey, Sherry. I know I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to put that up on the screen and read it. I know NWT, which is new with tags. Oh, I have Siri going off here. I know new with tags would be great, but what type of gently used items are good to consign? Can be answered offline if preferred. No, I totally want to answer this online. Yes. So new with tags are great, but pretty much anything in mint condition, since you are uh, remote, right? You would be mailing the items into us, items that are easy to mail. We did get a whole lot of breakables. Sometimes people ship those to us, the glass paperweights, if you remember those. But we do such a wide variety of items. You can always just text us a picture if you're unsure of something that you want to consign. The other thing is, and it's good Sherry asked this question, is you can also put that on one of our nonprofit accounts. So Sherry works with For Fox's Sake, Maine. She could, if she wanted to, she could consign for herself, or she can put it on any one of our charity accounts, and we just raise money that way. So that goes all year. So if you're thinking about consigning, you're not really sure, you're welcome to donate instead, and just let us know where you want the proceeds to go. Yeah. So I hope that answered your question. Do you have a question about something that maybe specific? I don't know. But we try to take things on a case by case basis because we have so many consigners, and sometimes we'll be taking furniture, sometimes we're full, and there is a limited amount of space. So yeah, big items are fun. We like those. Yeah. All right. So I guess that's about all, unless we have any more consignment questions. You can always text that to us if you have a specific item you have questions on. Happy to answer. Text us a picture. We can usually get back to you pretty quickly. And yeah, so I hope everybody enjoys their week. We will be hard at work. All right. Let's see. Yes. Sherry says, I just know I'm starting to clean out my dad's house, and there's just so much and random stuff. All right. So this is a question we actually get all the time. And I'm actually answered this, and I'll tell you why I answered this question for my family recently. So my Uncle Pat passed away. My aunt inherited the house and its contents. So she was like, well, what, I don't know. And I was like, no, I'm going to come for a weekend and spend a day there, because you don't always know. I find when I do estates like this, you don't always know what has the value. Sometimes there are those odd items that you just as soon, throw away. It maybe looks like just paper junk, but sometimes there are those odd items that really have the value. And sometimes the cabinet with the crystal in it or the fancier items don't hold their value as well. So it's really hard to tell. And yes, it is a really overwhelming task. So, all right, that being said, like, definitely have somebody look at it that knows what they're looking at and knows how to identify those items, because it's not always what you think that holds the value. Sometimes it's things that are thrown in a corner. Yeah. Yeah, and Terry says good condition though. She would love them to go to a new home. So maybe I'll be taking a trip to Maine. I don't know, and helping Sherry do that. We'll see. That's fun to do. So I'm going to do that with my Uncle Pat's house, and just help them, go through that and just see, because you don't always know. It's not as easy as you think. But here is what I tell people, because when you get an entire estate, it can be so ridiculously overwhelming, or you're going through someone's house, it can be just absolutely overwhelming. Start with one category, right? If it is paper ephemera or just ephemera, start with that one group of items and just nail it. Go through that group. Let's say it's I'm going to use crystal, because a lot of people in the States have like the china cabinet, and they have the crystal and the china and all of that. Say, start with that one thing. If you have crystal and china, start with the crystal. Go through that all, familiarize yourself with that, and just do one grouping. Before you know it, you will be done. Do not look at the whole picture. Take one grouping of items and start there. You will, it is so much easier. And you find as you do it, like in one small segment, the crystal, for instance, you'll get familiar and you'll be able to do it much more quickly. And when you're done with the crystal or you're done with the ephemera, you will feel like you've accomplished something and you can move on to the next thing. Do not look at the whole picture because it's enough to break anybody. I think it's certainly enough to break me, because I think the first time I did an estate and helped somebody go through their items, it was just, you didn't know where to look. You didn't know how to box things up. It was just too much. One thing, one category, you can do it. And enlist the help of somebody. Maybe there's somebody there in locally, Sherry, that does something like I do. And they'd be willing to come over and spend the day with you and kind of help with that. But one category, you can report back to me what you're going to start with. People have a really hard time because I get pushback on this all the time when I'm helping somebody do this. They want to do the whole thing. They just can't. Well, I have a bin of the, and I get a lot of pushback on just doing one category at a time. But I've done this enough to know that is the key. So just try it. Take my advice on this. Most things aren't black and white, but this I have a very strong opinion on. One thing at a time. You can do it. And you'll feel so good when you finish like that one grouping of items. Yeah. And don't look at the entire, let's say it's the kitchen. Don't look at the entire kitchen and say, that's my group. No, you got to break it down into like glasses, dishes, flatware, whatever. All right. Well, hopefully that's enough to get you all going. And I hope you have a great week. Thank you for joining me. And we will see you next week. I'm going to, I wasn't sure if I was going to do it this week, so I had it ready. But I'm going to show you some of the watches. I did a grouping of watches from an estate, some pretty high-end ones, and worked with the jeweler. So I'm going to show you a little bit about how that works, what I have consigned, what I have for sale, and how I worked through that process. So I hope everybody has a great week, and we'll see you next time. Bye.